So on page 29, we have our sample essay. And as you will see in the annotations, they will mark the thesis statement right here. The next one, they're responding to the text itself. They're like, what the heck does she mean by buying local? Let me see. I don't know why it's not focusing well. So this person says, I don't understand what they mean by buying local. The next comment shows her stance, strongly in favor of sustainable farming and buying local. So basically, it's just a few words so that when this person goes to class and the teacher says, what was the text about? It was about farming and buying local. Oh, they earned their professionalism points, right? They note the evidence. And this person says, I want to check the source. Because they're not so sure about what the author has written. They think that the author might have it wrong. And that could be true. In my field, we will call people out for not using their sources appropriately. Now, on the other side, you have a picture. The figure is labeled. It tells you about the figure. And it says, shopping at farmers market is one good way to support small farms and strengthen the local economy. What's the comment that they supply about the figure?
Farmers markets are expensive. Most of us can't afford to shop at them.
Yes. Who shops at a farmer's market?
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while? Is it expensive? No? I don't know. I don't shop at farmer's market.
Don't pay.
I go to Sprouts or Costco. So I would literally have to go look at farmer's market prices to know whether or not that's a valid point. I really would not know.
But I mean, you get what you pay for, kinda. Like,
Huh?
you kind of get what you pay for if they're organic and you don't have pesticides and steroids and all that stuff. So maybe it's more, but it's worth more.
Yeah, true. What's the next comment that the person places in the annotation?
Overall, I'm impressed with the research she's done. She's serious about this issue and is making it stronger.
So you can write whether or not you like something or dislike something. You're not going to like everything you read in this course. And that's okay. That is seriously okay. I don't expect you to like everything. Even I don't like everything that you're going to read in the course. But there's a purpose for you reading it. Are you surprised to hear me say that?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised as a student when I got to that point myself. Now, the next thing that you want to do when you're reading rhetorically is you want to always be able to summarize the main ideas of a text. You want to be able to say, this is what this person believes. This is what this person is arguing. You don't necessarily want to give all the little details because then you just might as well be rereading the text, right? It's not the purpose of a summary. The purpose of a summary is just to give the highlights. And they gave you an example of a summary regarding on buying local. And to be able to think rhetorically, you want to be able to analyze the text. And we've already talked about this over and over again. Look for the claim, look for the subclaims, look for the reasoning, the evidence. Now, the one thing that we really have not addressed are the counter arguments. Does the person address any counter arguments that can be made to their own thesis claim? This is where people will say, Granted, the election results may have been tampered with by the Russians. However, Donald Trump is the president. That's a counter argument that's going on there. Okay? Granted, some video games are violent and used to be used for special ops training. However, this doesn't mean that every single person is going to have violent behavior. Are you understanding what a counter argument is? It's recognizing what somebody might call a fallacy in your own writing. Turn to page 32. I always want you to consider the larger context. Remember I told you that rhetoric is a conversation? We think about something, we want to share what we're thinking, so we create something, whether it be a written text, a movie, a video, music, whatever it is. Then we take that text in, and now we're going to respond to it. So it's a cyclical, it's a symbiotic relationship. So what is the broader context? What is it that people are responding to? What are people happy about? What are they mad about? What are they unsure about? What are they anxious over? If you stop and you think about it, social anxiety has like shot through the roof in the last 20 years. The statistics are proven by science. Well, there has to be a reason for it, and there are reasons, but I'm not going to go into those right now. And so I would have to think, what would be causing people to have more social anxiety than what they used to have? So always look for the context. Now, there are 3 ways that you can respond to a text. Write this down, because you will need to be able to do this in your own writing. You can say yes, which means that you agree with somebody. You can say no, because you flat out disagree with them. Now the textbook says maybe, but what I say is this: you can agree and disagree simultaneously. So you can agree with part of what they're saying and disagree with another part of what they're saying. This is that maybe that your textbook is talking about. Well-rounded arguments will always respond to other texts in this way. They will say what another person has done well, they will say what they have not done well, and they will say, this has some valid points, but I think this person needs to consider this. This is imperative for your writing this semester. I am looking for this in your writing. I'm looking for this in your writing. I'm looking for this in your writing. Is it there yet?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Take time to reflect about what you're reading. Make sure that you're not being overly emotional, so that when you go to respond to what you have read, that you have thoroughly thought about what it is that you are going to say. So even though I've been teaching for years now, every course I prepare for, every class I prepare for, I don't go in and just wing it. I write out my notes. I think about what I'm going to say. I think about examples that I can use. I think about all those things, because your perspectives are different from other people, right? There might be something that happens in our society that may cause you to think in a different way. You don't want you to stop that part?